T minus 1 minute. T minus 50 seconds. T minus 40 seconds. T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
And we are back up in you like we never left.
Yes,
back
we
at
are.
it, like
Yes,
a crack
we are.
addict.
Yes, we are. That is the
To
truth.
it, bro. Welcome to the last Sunday of November 2025, ladies and gentlemen. This is season 5, episode 41 of a podcast that we call Maybe This Will Help.
Why is it maybe? Because okay, go ahead and answer that.
No. Go ahead. Let's set it all the way up. Go ahead, ask me.
No,
I'm ready.
I was going to ask you why do you think that it's a maybe this will help and not tune in because this gonna help you?
Advice is an interesting thing because we're all such unique individuals, right? I believe that what works for one may not work for everyone. So advice is almost like prescription medication. So I have to be careful to think that what works for my headaches may work for yours. And so it's heavy on the maybe. I think it's responsible for us to be heavy on the maybe because you got to read the label. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that this is applicable to your personality type, your calling in life, your partner type, all that kind of stuff. So we say maybe because all we want you to do is consider it. And there's always the obvious answer. We could be wrong.
But it has happened once or twice.
It's the thought that counts. Maybe I don't know.
Maybe, yeah, maybe. Yeah.
We tried to help. If nothing else, at the end of the day.
Thanks.
Yeah, man. But if you've been helped, go ahead and drop a line below. Let us know if you have been helped watching this podcast or somebody you know has sent you over here because they've been helped. And remember, man, we don't do this alone. This is maybe this will help the podcast, but the audience chimes in also, and sometimes they are the ones doing the most help with their experience, their testimonies, their advice, their insight. Heavy.
Yeah, so, brother. Shoot, that's the truth. That's the truth,
man. Well, anyway, what up, bro?
Hey, working on minimal sleep, minimal food, minimal sobriety. You know,
and maximum gratitude.
Right. Maximum gratitude, maximum leg day. You know, just life. Life is good though, man.
Carrie got nervous. Carrie's like, "Yeah, you're here. Listen."
Yeah, we was having a few technical difficulties on my end, but we figured it out. The show must go on.
What up, Hook?
Highlight of my week.
Yeah.
Yesterday we had my wife and I and my son. We had our very first Friendsgiving. Actually, to be honest, the first one I've ever been to, the first one I've ever had, First one I've had being married as a couple. So yeah, we had our very first one, had about 20 people over, in black people fashion. I think everybody, all the black people were late. The two non African American people were on time, but they left early because that's what non African Americans do. They show up on time and they leave before it's over.
It sounds like they left to go see other friends, which
I don't blame them. I wouldn't want to be here when y'all got here either. So I get it. I get it.
but
I almost went with them.
a time was had. A
Oh
time
man,
a time was had.
yo, it's always I was telling you this today at the gym, man. I think what I get most out of like hosting, like we do our little annual 4th of July thing. Me and my wife started 2 years ago. I think this Friendsgiving is gonna be added to our wheelhouse. But it's being able to host people that we love the most and be able to like transform the backyard and set up the tent and have the lights and have the candles and just watching family and friends come in like, oh wow, this is nice, and be just appreciative and see that look on their face, like, and then when the sun go down, everybody get kind of loose and the jokes start coming out, the games start coming out, and it's just that bonding and that family time. You know what I'm saying? It just it does the soul good, man, to know that okay, with these folks, I can just be myself. You know what I mean? I don't got to worry about somebody going and reporting me to somebody else, or clocking in on time, or stuff you got to deal with at work, or stuff you got to deal with at the gym. Like, it's no rules, especially at our events. We have minimal rules other than respect the house and the people there. But man, that was definitely the highlight. I'm gonna post some footage.
I definitely broke that rule, and that was my bad.
I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole, brother. Pause.
Oh man. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just now tuning in, we are checking in right now. Mike and his wife and his son put on a phenomenal Friendsgiving. I would have to say I was impressed and I was grateful. Yeah, I love the setup and the strategy of it all. Even though they said they could fine tune some things, it was nice, man. And memories were made, so I'm grateful for that.
Bro, memories were for sure made.
Let me see, man. What was the highlight of my week? Jesus. Man, so much has been happening, bro. Let me just grab the first one that comes to mind. I went on a date with my mother. My mother, if anybody knows my mom, Honey, is a big Wizard of Oz fan. So she's loved that movie since she was a kid. I bought her some memorabilia for one of her birthdays. When the first Wicked came out, me and my sister and her went to go see the musical. And then when a movie came out, went to see that. And so Wicked for Good came out on Friday. Took off work. It took her. She was so excited. I'm gonna post a little video from it. She was so excited. Such a good movie. And just to see my mom that happy, that excited. She's given so much to so many people who are blood and non-blood. Just to see her and hear her say, "Thank you for loving me." That just made my whole life make sense. So that was the highlight of my week.
That's good, bro. That's really good.
Oh man. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as we do in normal, maybe this will help fashion. We're gonna put some posts and videos up that we've seen this week that we want to have conversations about. And we hope that you have these conversations with us. Ferguson said, I missed what Donovan said. What rule did he break? I need to rewind the audio.
Yep.
Ain't nobody safe. Ain't nobody safe, Ferg. That's
nobody.
All I can really say.
Nobody.
And people they're gonna learn today. With that being said, let's start in normal fashion with some fun stuff, and then we'll get into some deep stuff in a little bit. If you're in the chat, make sure you say what's up to us. We'll say what's up back. Till then.
I don't understand why people wouldn't hit on each other at the gym. You're there at the same time, at the same place with the same healthy hobby. And you know what you look like. you've seen each other in real life. Would you rather get hit on at the club? At a bar? Just make it make sense. I don't know. Personally, I'd rather have my gym crush hit on me at the gym. Okay, like instead of at a bar. I don't understand why people would.
Let's pick this apart, bro. Let's pick this all the way apart. But my first beef with this was that people.
Beef?
Oh yeah.
Oh. Okay, let's talk. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my first beef with this is that it's an unspoken rule that you usually don't talk to your gym crush, because usually they visually fit the character that you've created in your own mind, and that is enough to give you the motivation to show up every day, work out hard.
Yeah.
That's what they exist for, to make sure that you show up and work out hard. That's what a gym crush is.
For sure.
To risk getting to know them and risk their personality not matching up with the personality of the character you made in your mind, to risk that energy not be reciprocated, to risk them calling you creepy, and then one of you guys happen to choose to leave the gym.
Wow.
Because now it's odd, right?
Wow.
You've heard people in the religious sector say, I don't take anyone I'm dating to my church or whatnot, because what if we both fall in love with the church and we don't work out? Who gets the church in the breakup?
Yep. I've heard it.
If you do that at the gym, who gets the gym in the breakup? Who gets the gym and all the gym friends whose names you don't even know if you guys decide to break up? So that's my beef with that.
Damn, dog. You came from a completely different point of view. All right. Okay, so I see that, and I'm with that, and I feel that, but you can have more than one gym crush. How many?
Oh shoot!
I've had at one single time, and this is pre-marriage. I've had at one single time at least 4 gym crushes, because one of my gym crushes don't come as the other one. I might go at a different kind of time of day. I may go in the morning. That's one. In the evening, that's a different one. On the weekends, it's a whole different. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like there could be enough gym crushes to go around to where you'll be all right.
So you even saying that more than one gym crush for me weakens and lessens the power of the phrase gym crush. Like it's almost like that person is just a set apart anomaly. But to have multiple ones, it makes it seem like it's okay.
So,
okay, cool.
So you telling me? Let's talk. Let's talk about present day. Let's talk about present day. All right. You telling me there's only? Well, okay, so I guess we got to unpack what your version of crush is, because when I hear crush, it's especially at the gym. I don't know you, so all I can really go off is looks. Maybe how you work out. Maybe your focus in the gym. All these things. So only one girl.
How you interact with people.
Only one girl at Iconics.
So in my entire gym life, when I've had a gym crush, if I saw something else, I would watch them enough to see if they would replace that gym crush, but never had more than one at one time. I would just mentally, I'm not saying it's wrong. I've mentally never allowed myself. I thought it was a sin.
This nigga
I didn't know.
is faithful to his gym crush that don't know him.
I am, bro. I'll be faithful to my fantasies, bro. I think I'm bred that way. Like even in spaces where loyalty is not required, I like to have my one thing. Look at the way I eat, man. When I have a meal that I like, I just want to eat my meal. Nobody told me you can have all the meals you want, but when I like something, and that shit transcends.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So many different planes.
Except for cookies, because I think you ate 2 different types of cookies today at the house, didn't you?
No, that was a cake, my brother. The piece of cake. Watch your mouth. You know Pookie is watching. You messy,
know. I know.
You messy. You messy.
We just trying to look out for you, brother.
Listen, if that's the way you want this show to go, look already. Look at this. Look at this. No, Pookie. No, I had a piece of the rum cake that you made.
You're right.
And a cookie. My second cookie. That's man. Anyway, so what McJellin said, my personal trainer was very forward with how he felt about me. I still haven't let him take me out. We are still working out. No problems. I've been getting to know him at the gym, and I might let him take me out eventually. Okay, listen. Ray said, I'm single. Hit on me
wherever and whenever you please, ladies.
How do you turn into Maxwell mid sentence? Whenever, wherever, baby.
Listen. That's pretty good.
Leave me on, girl, if you want. So I would say, even with that, so with my train of thought, do you think now why it makes more sense to me why I would have beef with hitting on your gym crush?
Yes, I do. And what's crazy, yes, I do. And knowing you. So I get it 1000%. I think for me, a pet peeve actually of mine is talking and overly flirting in the gym while you're working out. It's different if you're working out with your girl, working out with your partner. But even me and Janae at the gym, we're not like all over each other or doing any extra PDA because I'm there to fucking work out. So when I see guys like you maybe worked out for 10 minutes, but every cute girl that walks by, you at her machine trying to talk to her, or vice versa, she all in the guys. I'm like, okay.
I thought you meant other couples being extra flirty with each other.
Kinda. We're there to work out.
I love to see that, man. I love to see couples getting just distracted by each other in the gym. You know what I'm saying to you? I mean, unless you got a lot going on in life, like what about, sometimes we go to the gym and we're trying to get gains. Sometimes we're experimenting and stuff. Like, what if you look good and you look good, your partner look good, y'all putting in work, and sometimes y'all just go in there and it's just y'all just enjoying how good y'all look together in public. Like that kind of stuff, just that makes me happy to see that. Just having fun.
You're talking about moments. You're not talking about our whole gym session is googly eyes, hearts.
Let me sum it up for you. If neither one of y'all is in shape, don't be flirting in the gym. Get in shape first.
I like it.
Flirting is for fit people only. I'm just
I do not approve. I do not approve of this message. This is not a maybe this will help viewpoint.
Oh man, nah. I think it's your fitness should incorporate fun, and if you are in a relationship or dating somebody, it should include flirting. I like to see that. Now, going back to what you said though, some people are honest with you though. They're honest. They're like, "Yo, I am in here. I'm doing, verbal cardio. I'm talking more and I'm working out." And those people. And I think those people add a specific essence to the culture though.
Damn, that's crazy you said that, bro. Yes, you're right. You're right. Even the people, even the people that sit on the machine and are on their phones, everything is like if I went to a gym and none of these little irritations or nuances ever happened, it would kind of feel weird. I'm not going to even hold you. So you're absolutely right. Yeah.
Mike said, I need something to complain about. Y'all, everybody can't be doing the right thing in here. It adds, man. It adds to the culture. You can almost know what to expect. Old boy gonna come up and say hi to us every time. You know what I'm saying? The people whose name you don't know, but you definitely gonna dap up when you see them. You know who to ask for a spot, who not to. You know the days that you BSing. You know who to talk to that have a conversation with you.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying to you? Like it's who to talk to about business ideas because you learned something about them last week and like, oh yeah, remember we talking about them stocks? Yeah, can I hold you for a second? You know what I'm saying to you? Like when you're maximizing the gym culture, you're getting people in there who are from different walks of life in various industries who are all trying to stay in shape and be mentally and physically fit. So those are the kind of people you want to partner with on things possibly outside of the gym. So those conversations, even if it's at the juice bar, you know what I'm saying? Or meet me at the juice bar after, or meet me on the rooftop by the lounge chairs and let's talk about it. Like whatever it is. Some people
flexing on our gym. Meet me on the rooftop by the pool.
Soon to be bar.
Yeah.
Day bed is wild work.
Man.
Meet me by the day bed. Gym crush.
Golly.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Amber said, I love seeing couples being publicly appropriately affectionate with each other just about everywhere. Love is beautiful. Yeah. Listen, Allie says, shoot, I have clients, couples in their 70s, and the husband still slaps her on the butt or gently touches her breast during her workout. I have another couple who kiss after sex. Listen, you know the culture I came up in when I moved back to LA from Texas. The church I was going to, the pastor would stop mid-sermon to go kiss his wife on the front row. If he said something that was like an inside joke for them or something that they could resonate on, he would stop and go kiss her and go back. That was my mentor, bro. That's what I was molded by. So that is, I'm game for that.
That's solid. That's solid.
So Ferg said, a man I wasn't interested in stood behind me a while I was walking the treadmill. He said, don't lose too much of that now. The approach wasn't cool. Wow.
Wait, say it again. Say it again.
A man I wasn't interested in stood behind me while I was walking on the treadmill. He said, don't lose too much of that now. The approach wasn't cool. Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
That's wild. That's crazy. Wild. I mean, you know, I don't want to go back to what I did last night at your party, but when the yams is yamming, that don't give anybody permission just to kind of just say whatever they want to say. There is still an etiquette, but people come from different walks of life.
So that in my mind, that's where my head went. Maybe the type of person he was. Maybe he wasn't being a creep. Maybe he was just trying to be funny, make her smile, make her laugh. You know what I mean? Because I guarantee. Because I wonder if she was attracted to the dude. If that maybe was her gym crush, if he would have said it, would it have been the same reaction? Or was it that reaction only because nigga, you're not it?
Yeah, I don't know. Ferg, let me know. I'm under the impression that even if you were interested in him, I don't know if that's the best approach. But it is, for women, let me help you guys with something. A lot of men feel this way. They feel that if they can make you laugh or smile, they got you. Which is why a lot of men will lead with humor. Because it's hard to get it. What else? What do you guys complain about? He always saying smile, smile, smile. Man, you shouldn't frown. He tries to make you smile, and if a guy can do that, he feels like he's gained access to you. Because humor is a hell of a hook.
It is.
Humor is a hell of a hook, man. If you know that man can make you laugh, that's you. I mean, honestly, bro. Like, I'm not trying to be inappropriate here, but humor and the reaction your body has to humor is not too far away from an orgasm. It's a connection between those responses to this external stimuli that you know what I'm saying gets you in this space of euphoria or euphoria like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying to you? So there's something about that. But you should probably do some vetting first to make sure that you almost make sure if she's into. I don't know. Because you can get out of the gym for that.
Or if she don't like it, okay. I guarantee you, he's gonna say that same line to somebody that's really feeling him, and she gonna laugh. Boy, you crazy.
Not at that gym. People have been kicked out for less. That could be considered harassment. And harassment is not so much what you've done, it's when you do it to the wrong person.
Yes. Yeah, okay. Yes. Because I was about to say, I done said some wild stuff at the gym.
Why I don't know about this.
This is, old me. Before I was my mind was renewed.
Okay, so Ferg said this goes back to another show. If I was interested, I would have probably came back with something sassy. Yeah, well, there it is. Hey, shoot your shot, but shoot it in your lane. Shoot it in your league.
But you don't know. You don't know until you shoot it. And once you shoot it, if it's knocked off, then okay, she wasn't the one. But if it's not, then I got her. It's not worth the risk to potentially find your person.
Yams. I mean, it may be. She got to have more than that because when this is the phrase, man, you risking it all. Like you are risking that membership, you risking reputation. you can be blackballed for a reason that ain't nobody gonna explain. They're gonna just file you under harassment, sexual harassment in the gym. You're like, yo, let me explain. Like I was telling a joke. It doesn't matter. Just like people who get, they have to register as a pedophile if they like peeing in public near a school.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was, you know what I'm saying to you? Like that's just how, these laws work. But it is what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know how y'all feel about it. If you would hit on your gym crush, let us know how you would hit on your gym crush.
How you
What's an appropriate way for you to hit on your gym crush?
How do you get hit on in the gym?
I don't get hit on in the gym.
And honestly, for people that think that Donnie just been funny, he is dead ass serious. He believes in his brain that nobody hits on him in the gym. I've seen it. I've seen it. Janae has seen it. Other people we work out with have seen it.
They didn't hit on me. They didn't hit on me in my language.
So there were no cookies involved. Got it. No tacos.
Name one instance that you can remember where somebody hit on me that I don't remember.
Are you being serious?
Yeah, did something happen recently?
You think, nigga, so here's what it is. Let me look at y'all. Here's what it is. So Donnie thinks because he thinks that the women are cool and she's a great conversationalist. She, we were just talking about XYZ. He thinks that she doesn't like me. She didn't do anything physical. She wasn't aggressive. She didn't say anything off cuff. So she can't clearly like me. These women like Donnie. They will come up and talk to Donnie about absolutely nothing. They'll come up. They passing out hugs. They passing out grabbing arms. They passing out. And then while Donnie is working out, I'm watching the girl watching Donnie the whole workout. He don't see it because he's not paying attention. I see it. I'm stepping back like, dang, she been hawking this nigga for the last 7 sets.
And so that's them shooting their shot, is what you're saying?
No, I didn't say shooting their shot. I said, and they're trying to get your attention. Isn't that what flirting is? She's trying to get somebody's attention.
I'm about to look it up right now. If you've been watching this show for any time, you know that we're gonna look up the definition of something in this weak dictionary. Okay, so flirt is to behave as though attracted to or trying to attract someone, but for amusement rather than with serious intentions.
So they ain't trying to put a ring on it. They just trying to see, he's so nice, and he always laughs, and he seems so approachable, and key.
Listen. Definition 2, experiment with or show a superficial interest in without committing oneself to it seriously.
So listen, he's starting to change his mind. You have to, bruh, just think of, come on, bruh. You, by that definition, you cannot still think that nobody flirts with you at the gym. By the definition you just read.
Maybe. Let's see what Ray had to say. Ray said, but they not passing out simply more cookies. they using the wrong
approach. That's a fact, bro. That's a fact.
Sasha, slow down there a little bit. She gonna say he doesn't wear those hoochie daddy shorts for no reason. So that was technically me flirting.
See?
Nah. See? Pookie said, why am I putting up these posts about me? Keep moving. Hold on,
I'll put them up. I have no problem.
Oh, wait a minute. So Ferg said, hey, if a woman touches you, they're interested. How you feel about that? Is there...
I feel like I get that vibe with older women. Like, older than us type of women. When I went, hey, how you doing? And they touching the arm or touching the shoulder.
Old ladies.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Pay for our breakfast. So Ange So Nice said, I don't know, Ferguson. I'm a toucher and I don't mean nothing by it. Ange says, we're not talking about the way you touch people. This is the bully talking.
Oh, shit. She putting people in the chokehold in the gym. That's my machine. Oh, my bad.
A knuckle sandwich is not the kind of touch we talking about. We
oh shit.
If a woman touches you, she's interested. That's a whole different. That's different. Anyway.
I have to think
gee
about that.
whiz. All right, let me see. So I think Niall said something that Ferg said earlier and said, knock it off. See, I just jumped in the conversation, so forgive me if I missed some details, but I know definitely you make eye contact with someone if you want to show that you might be interested.
That's good.
That is, I like you. Maybe do you like me? Maybe 101. If all the girl was doing was looking at him work out and nothing more, allow me to maybe suggest that it could just be a theory for it. I cannot remember if I've ever seen a guy as big as Donnie in real life. Perhaps she was intrigued and curious to see what that guy, what guys that manage, and her message got cut off. So it could have been curiosity, not interest. Come on, man. At least explore the idea.
No.
Not
on this one. Not because I see it. I'm not guessing. I know what women look like when I'm like,
have you ever been to a safari? Are the people in the truck interested in the animals or just a little taken back by seeing them in their natural habitat? Because that's where I am. Mike. Come on, man. Not even an inch, bro. He's just not budging.
Nah, not on this one.
Right,
I've seen it. And it is like falling off. See,
I'm moving on to the next one. I'm moving. We got more videos for y'all tonight because I'm not doing this with y'all all night. I'm not doing this with y'all all night.
So
listen. Speaking about if you're interested in muscle or just curious.
You know what? I didn't think he was smart. I just thought he was just muscle. You know, he got muscles. He just be beating motherfuckers up in the gym all day. I like that. That's who I thought he was. He be having too many emotions and he talk all day long.
I'm just always trying to make you understand that you're worthy and you're worth it.
I know these things. I know I'm worthy. I know it. But sometimes I just need you to be like, shut the fuck up.
I can't say that. I won't ever tell
I
you.
want to say that.
You can't, but he can. I will fuck you up. But you know what?
Don't be so aggressive with him. Don't say that.
You should talk to him like that. Why you let him tell me? He want to tell me shut the fuck up.
No,
you should be like, hey, motherfucker, I'll beat that. Like, that's what you think.
I can't even say that. I can't even be, hey, motherfucker. I can't even do that.
What the fuck are these good for?
For working out and protecting us.
You ain't protected. He got on a sweater, and you can't yell at him.
Sweetheart, he was just acknowledging what you were saying. He didn't say that.
That is not a cardigan. That is knitted.
That's a nice word.
It's a knitted cardigan.
That's a nice word.
Thank you. I got it from Corridor.
I love it. Could you send me the link?
Yeah, I'll send you the link.
Bitches.
Yo.
I was not expecting that ending. Golly, both of them.
So this is why I said don't approach your gym crush, because he could have all the muscles or she could have all the curves, all the edges. He can have all the swag, but they may not have the personality that you think is appropriate for that build.
Or vice versa. How many people have come up to us and said about me, oh, he always looks like he's mean, or he didn't look like he never smiled, or I'm completely opposite.
And they've all been
won't know that just watching me work out.
Disappointed. Disappointed. They was hoping that we were not that way. Like she said, women looking for a protector for somebody like, and I noticed that especially with my homegirls that are from like the East Coast. They don't understand Cali men. They're like, y'all too friendly. Not soft, but just y'all too friendly. And they don't feel protected around a friendly extrovert, you know what I'm saying, club promoter nigga. They want somebody like, yo, 50 feet, homie, that's it. You know what I'm saying to you while you're talking? Don't talk to my lady. Stand behind me. You shake my hand. Yeah. They want that kind of energy. And oftentimes they think that is the kind of energy that goes with someone who has this particular build, has braids in their hair. You know what I'm saying to you?
I think they want that type of energy until that type of energy is there and they can't control that type of energy.
Yikes. That's interesting.
So I'd say keep the dog on the leash until you really need to let him off. Don't just say, "Hey, I just want a dog that I could just let roam free and just be." Nah, because he's gonna end up biting everybody. And
it's true.
Speaking from experience, really.
Carrie said, "Isn't that the one that she wanted him to be more aggressive sexually?" Yes, that's the. It's so interesting how when you talk about a type, and I've heard people say before, "What's your type?" Don't just get caught up explaining the exterior that you like. Got to talk about inside, because the mentality and personality are just as much as what you're going to experience as the outside. Like that's all got to be encompassed in your explanation of your type.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying to you? When I say fit, I'm also going to say kind. You know what I'm saying to you? When I say nice ankles, I'm also going to say patient.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying to you? When I say, let me see, what's another one that's good for me? Someone who's fun to be around. I'm also going to say,
got a little ass on her, something on the patio.
Just a little something, you know. I love the legs. You know what I'm saying? If that's a little something extra there, then that's great. You know what I'm saying to you? But I say this from experience. I've come across my physical type too many times.
Yeah, tell me about it.
That doesn't embody my internal preferences. No shot to them, because they just who they are. I've learned
shot to them on my side. Shot to them on my side.
They just being who they are.
Trash human beings.
Mike.
Trash.
Golly.
I'm just saying. And they know who they are. Trash.
I know some people, I've had people come up to me and say I don't visually match how I interact with people. They say there's a disconnect there for them because of we have stereotypes, right? We have stereotypes. Stereotypes are often developed in our brain to help protect us, so we know how to move in certain rooms, right? You know what I'm saying? We have those. We judge a book by its cover, so we know that if how close I need to get to this book or not. You know, and it's not to necessarily condemn someone, but it's for us to, you know, self-preservation. And you know, I've thrown a few people off, which, you know, it's not for me to deal with. That's for them to deal with.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, man, I love that. I got to watch some more of that show, man. That show cracks.
Yeah, it's funny.
But going back to it, though, you know what I'm saying to you? I think this is a conversation and a relationship component of compromise. What do you do when you find out the person that you're with, who loves how you look visually, has struggles with how you perform in social settings, struggles with how you perform in deep conversations, struggles with how you just perform in certain environments that doesn't meet up to their desires or expectations or their fantasies? Do you say, okay, I can change that about me? Or nah, man, this is kind of who I am. And if that's a struggle for you, then maybe this is it for us.
I think you said partner? Talking about your partner? When you say partner, you talking about girlfriend?
An exclusive relationship.
Okay. I think it's okay to kind of cater to some aspects, some things that your partner kind of prefers or likes, as long as it's not going against your moral compass, your belief system, your core values, you know, things, because those are the things, in my opinion, that make you. Somebody saying, you know, so many times we say things like, "Oh, that's just who I am." No, it's not. That's not that's not you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I think as long as things don't go against those type of things I mentioned, then I don't see no problem with it.
So what would you say to old boy? Because that's clearly not his genetic makeup or his internal wiring, as far as his personality is concerned, to be aggressive like that. Would you say that he needs to develop that side of him, or he likes his peace? Clearly, you know what I'm saying, from this demonstration that they're putting on, he's more of a let me talk to you. He's trying to affirm her that you're valuable. She's like, I don't need that. I know I am. She grew up with a father. You know what I'm saying to you? She don't need that extra. Like sometimes men come in thinking that, and I've been there before. If you've never dated a woman that has a good relationship with her father, you have this assumption that you got to come in if you're trying to be a good dude with a whole bunch of affirmations and love and care and filling in the gap. And she's like, nah, bro, I
ain't ask you for
that. My dad loves me. I love him. We talk often.
Yeah.
And you like, oh, I built my whole boyfriend identity around affirming you in a ways of an absent father who did I don't need that.
Yeah, no, I feel that. So for old boy, like you said, that seems like kind of who he is. But as you were talking, I was thinking like maybe that's who he's made himself to be because of, like I just said, because if that dog get let off the leash, he knows it's going to be a problem for everybody. So let me stay humble, let me stay mild-mannered, let me stay, you know what I mean, like that Credible Hulk. As David Banner, he was, as Bruce Banner, he was mild-mannered, chill. But the minute something go wrong, it's a wrap. So
that was David Banner too back in the day.
Right. So yeah. So sometimes you got to be careful what you asking your partner for, and make sure like it's not a valid reason on why I move the way I move.
Interesting. Because it makes me think like, if I am doing what you're saying, right? If I am not and putting myself in certain environments or moving in a certain kind of energy because there's a side of me that's pretty wild that I don't have tamed, I'm wondering how much of that I need to actually work on.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
So Carrie had an interesting thought. She said perhaps that's why he's attracted to aggressive women. Opposites attract.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Because she is not attracted to him, and that's her opposite. So this opposite attract seems to be very one-sided. Pook says she is not for him. It will always be something she will require him to change.
But I can see that, especially how aggressive she is about it, and almost in a demeaning sort of way. Like you literally, before the clip cut off, called me a bitch.
Both of them.
Both of them. Like,
golly.
Yeah, no, that's
rough. Yeah. But in therapy, I'll say this, in couples therapy, anything goes. Like they want you to be as honest, as blunt, as aggressive, as passive as you want to be in that moment. Therapy and coaching is not about being right. It's about being honest. That's the only way the work gets done.
Yeah.
Harmisha said, I am my father's first son, feminine tomboy. They're different to date, bro. Yeah. I've dated a few women who have healthy relationships with their father. They're different to date. Yeah. I almost want to say easier.
Damn.
But see that, remember, that's just me because my easier is in contrast to my own personal experiences with other types of women, right? But that could be more difficult for another brother. I'm talking about for myself. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That it's easier. So it's like this, you know how in college there's the lecture, then there's the lab, right? The lecture gives you all the theories and the ideas, right? The lab is where you practice those things. So, there's my mom always tell me, I can never teach you how to be a man. I can teach you about men. I can't teach you how to be one. How to be one is the lab part, right? When you have a father in your life as a woman, you not only get the theory, you not only hear about how men are, you get to experience it from your father and learn in real time. That's the lab part. Like, if I do this, how does that react? How does that?
Hopefully, he's been a good role model.
But see, I think about it. You get to see whether he a good or a bad role model. You get experience with the man, not just theory.
Very true. But then, so if you got the dad that all she's seen growing up is him bringing women over the house, this and that, she may grow to resent men. So some of these women that grow up with that have their fathers at home, the reasons that they have the issues they have with men was because of their daddy issues.
And but and some of that has to do with your own personality, because you can have two children grow up in the same household with the same abusive one parent, maybe, and they still have one can have a fascination towards people who have substance abuses. Other ones can have that's a red flag. Like, people are still different, and that doesn't necessarily mean that she's going to be, repelled, saying by men to a certain regard.
But it's a possibility. Are we at least?
Yeah, always a possibility for sure. So, what's up? Check your Instagram.
All right. I was wondering why. I was going to ask Carrie what she got against the cowboy hats.
He needs to change that weak cowboy hat. It wasn't an actual cowboy. It was one of those, the ones you were in LA. It's one of those straw ones. That's
Not the real joint. I got you.
Yeah, you didn't have to spray that one with no season off. What's that stuff called? That repellent, rain repellent.
Yeah,
it's not. It wasn't suede. You got anything on Instagram?
No, we good. Oh, my mom was watching. That's cool.
So here's where I want to go now. If we're talking about people being more of what we like, there's a phrase out there like "get them while they're young," right? And I know the Bible says train up a child in the way they should go, right? But is there a double standard when a woman decides to go younger?
Dating wise?
Yeah. Dating, marriage, anything.
Is there a double standard?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say, to me personally, only because I know men tend to mature slower. So dating even younger means that you probably dating 10 years behind your maturity level. So best be prepared for certain things to happen. Because when I was younger, in my teens and early 20s, all I dated was older women. And I'm not talking about like a few years. I'm talking about teen years, like older. You know what I mean? And I already knew my head wasn't thinking about no relationship.
Okay. Thanks. I didn't know where you was headed with that statement. So if anybody ever wondered how Mike got so much gray hair at such a young age, because he was dating older women in his teens. That's what happened. Monkey see, monkey do. But
Yep. I'll go with that.
This one for you, bro.
As a woman in my 40s, I know what I want. I know exactly what I want. But there's something about a younger man that's still exploring and finding out, you know, what he wants in life. And something about that confidence mixed with curiosity, it is a different chemistry that is so unmatched. And I never thought it would happen to me, but here I am. Younger men, in my opinion, they're more easygoing, they're more open-minded, they're not stuck in their ways. They don't have all these gender roles and these things that men are supposed to do. They're not intimidated by strong, independent women. And that's very important for me. They value your expertise, your opinion. They want to learn from you. They want to grow with you. And that forces them to level up, right? It's just a chemistry that I can't really explain. When a younger man chooses you, it proves that he's super confident. That experience, that confidence, and that charm is always going to outshine a birthday. When you are dating a younger man, it allows that woman to rediscover herself, like have this playfulness, like forces you to be more curious in life and want to have that spunk again, that spark. And y'all should probably try it. It might work out in your favor.
Mike, you seem to be the expert on this topic. What are your thoughts?
Well, after I got over the lip filler, I think it was a lot. It was excessive.
See, this is before you go there. This is
what you're talking about. This is what you're talking about.
You be seeing stuff I don't be seeing. I watched the video a couple of times because I had to put it in the. It's crazy how you. I love it though. Go ahead, bro.
Nah, so it's so towards the end, it sounded like she just trying to get Stella got her groove back moment. You know what I mean? Like I want to feel that spark, and you know what I mean, that young men can offer. But so it sounds like maybe it's maybe a you issue, not necessarily the type of man, because if you can't give that spark to yourself, or you can't find that within yourself, and you need to date younger men in order to feel that or to have that type of feeling, then I don't know. Maybe it's not the men. Maybe it's just you.
So on your initial point, Ferg and So Nice felt like the lip filler was a bit much.
Yeah. I feel like the top lip should never be bigger than the bottom lip. But maybe she just got it done that day, so they were still a little bit, you know. I'm not knocking lip filler, but you know.
Well, let's talk about who is knocking what you said. Your best friend Pook. said, I date younger and agree with some, but not all her points. She is referring to a very mature, younger person. So a young old nigga, a YN unk. What are we doing?
Right. Yeah, I was a very mature younger person. Okay.
So when she was describing it to me, it sounded like a mentorship, right? It sounds like you were trying to get.
Is she grooming? She's out here grooming these niggas.
Sure. Sure, because it sounds like, and this is for men and women, some people require someone that's easier to tame, right? It's less friction. You know very little about what you really want. You're curious. So let me get a chance to showcase to you what's really important in life through my lens.
Yes.
And hopefully, because you're interested in me, you'll just also join this cult. You'll grab a hold of the same values I have, and we can live happily ever after. And I'm not knocking that, because sometimes the reason some people are, single or having a struggle because they have too many options. There's too many things, and they don't know how to just fully base. And they just, they can struggle in that arena as well. So I mean, her approach is not foreign, but I do think that in the society we come from, there might be a double standard when a man does it versus when a woman does it. I think a woman, from my experience, is more celebrated when they go younger.
Agree. If a guy goes younger, you're creepy. You're a creep. You're a pervert. You're all of these other things. I never thought about it that way. Huh?
Yeah. Sheesh. It's very interesting. Armisha said there's sandbox play, and we putting it down between mud pies and a face. Read into that as you like.
All right. Sheesh.
All right. Yeah. So Amber McJellin said, I saw her justifying her personal preferences. Each individual is different. So now that we have that, hold on. Berg says she likes younger men because they make her feel superior in some way.
Jeez, that's the honest. I appreciate that answer. I really appreciate that answer.
And Ange So Nice says, I want to learn from my man, have him teach me, not the other way around. This is interesting, bro, because I'm wondering if there is a specific protocol that really works best for humans, or are we at a point we're so far from that center that people, the best they can do is just find someone to appease their preferences, because getting back to center would take the world, all the societies, all cultures to come together and agree this is how it should be. I think we're very far from that.
Yeah, and I feel like the one world order of dating doesn't work anyway. I feel like people should find what they feel works best for them and go with that. I don't want to date somebody based on what everybody else has said or statistics say or social media says. I just, you know what I'm saying?
Just real quick.
Yep.
McJellin said, I wonder what these men that she is grooming lips look like. I don't know how we got there, but I'm trying, man. I'm trying to breathe, but we have some of the most pettiest people, and I have the pettiest co-host on this podcast.
Oh, man. It's great.
Hey, y'all got no room. All right, man. I've dated younger. I've done 10 years, 11 years younger. Now I have to ask myself and question my own motives. Was it because I wanted to groom? And I looked at when I dated older, and I asked myself, did I move differently? And I didn't.
Oh, well, there it is.
It wasn't that I was targeting those who I felt were more curious and set in their ways. Yeah. I just knew that I had a vision and I needed a partner that valued the same things that I value. I never tried to force anyone to value what I value, but I definitely looked for a certain type that I thought would be a little bit easier to work with in the vision. And I never thought that age made a difference, because I know 8-year-old kids that are stubborn as hell. You know what I'm saying to you? So
yeah, buddy.
A growth mindset doesn't end at a certain age. It comes from a certain upbringing, right? Mm-hmm. And it comes from a certain exposure that people intentionally put themselves in and say, oh, okay, I'm willing to listen and see and do this kind of things. Now, on the flip side of that, bro, where I have to be careful is that as much as I love to teach and mold and groom and all those kind of things, I also like that reciprocated. So I can be into someone deeply and it can hit a dead end when I recognize that I can't really learn anything from you.
Oof. So is that a conversation you have with them like in the beginning of the dating process? When I stop learning from you, then this is going to be over?
Nah, because that's not the case. I just said there's an issue that comes up for me that I'm, still have to find ways to work around because
I see what you're saying.
A part of me is traditional, and then a part of me is nuanced. A part of me is new age. A part of me is like, nah, this can be unique to what it is that we need. And then learning from them, is it really that I want to learn from them, or is that like a part of my personality that thinks it's a cool courtesy? It's a cool courtesy. I want to learn from my wife too, but do I really? You know what I'm saying? I really do, but what kind of partnership do I want, right? Again, a lot of this stuff for me, having never seen a man really go through the process of dating, choosing a woman, marrying her, and being the head of a household. Like I've seen my grandfather in a lot of regards because he was married, but I think I was too young to really investigate how he did home life. I just saw a lot of how he did pastoring.
That's good. And then a lot of times we don't get to see that dating aspect either. Like I know you saw him as while he was married, but you probably didn't get the chance to see how he dated, how he courted grandma, how he, you know what I mean, how he wined and dined her, all those other things, you know what I mean, to lead up to the marriage. And honestly, I didn't get to see that either with my dad. I was born, they was already together. I don't know. We didn't go over stories of how he took my mom out, or did he ask to, I just don't know. You know what I mean? So we end up growing up and kind of like it's gonna sound crazy, but as children we see movies and we see cartoons and we see all of these things on TV and well, we didn't have social media back then, but so these are the things that's teaching us how to go about hollering at women, Saved by the Bell and all these other things that they liked him because he was cool and he played sports and he had muscles. So I'm trying to be like AC Slater.
Three's Company.
You kind of look like AC Slater from back in the day. You got the hair and everything. Oh my God. Oh my God. Bro.
I'm not your celebrity.
Next Halloween, you need to be bro. Okay.
Godly.
All right. Real quick. If anybody wants Donnie to go as AC Slater from Saved by the Bell next Halloween, just put AC in the chat. Just put AC. You don't have to say nothing. Just put AC in the chat. I'm telling you. Oh God, the hair, and you dance. What?
Wow. Right. You guys are disrespectful tonight.
All right.
Y'all are disrespectful. Exactly. What was that? Right. My Ermila. What's up, Ermila? She said good night, y'all. Good to have you on for at least an hour. Get some rest. Are you proud of yourself?
Yeah, I'm excited about that, bro.
Yeah, good luck. I've been selling fantasies for a long time, man. So y'all have at it. I want to ask you this. A serious question.
All right.
If what you're saying is true, that certain people don't grow up with a certain example set for them.
Yeah.
And this is going to be a two-part question. So the first part I'm only asking now, do you think that disqualifies them from what it is that they truly want because they don't have the experience, exposure, understanding, education, because there was no example set for them? Does that disqualify them?
Does it disqualify them from what?
What they really want and like the kind of person they really want?
Nah, bro. I don't necessarily think it disqualifies them because they haven't had any examples of, how to choose, what you got?
Y'all got my mama on here. Mom jumped on Instagram and said Lenny Kravitz.
Okay, we'll go with Lenny. Yeah.
Get you a little guitar Lenny for since I let my hair grow.
Yeah. American Woman.
Oh God, what is happening tonight, man? I feel betrayed. Answer the question, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're good. So no, I don't think it disqualifies them because they haven't had the example. I feel like that's kind of dope if you not having that example, because you get to form your own wants. You get to curate what you like, as opposed to, well, my dad did it like this, or my uncle used to do it like this. So it worked for them, so I'm gonna do it that way. Without all of that, you kind of like a clean, fresh slate. And yeah, you may have a few more pitfalls and perils than having that example, but that's a part of the dopeness of the journey of dating and finding her, and the one that got away kind of thing.
It sounds dope unless it's your daughter on the other end of that, right? Because I'm wondering if when you guys have your little girl, are there some daddy prerequisites that you are gonna have, even if you don't impose them on your daughter? Are there some daddy prerequisites you're gonna have about the young man that wants to date your daughter? And that's why I go back to that disqualifying question.
Yeah, no, that's solid. For me, I'm going to date my daughter before any other man does. So she's going to know what she should expect in, when she turns 25 and I allow her to start dating, then she'll know what to, she'll know what to finally expect. You know what I mean? And I feel like that would be more of my thing, as opposed to trying to tell her, no, don't talk to him, because I used to be like him too. I don't feel like I'll be that kind of dad, because if I instill in you, or me and her mother instill in her the groundwork of the type of woman she should be, then that should hopefully trickle over into her picker when she starts dating.
So that you're trying to just influence her by setting a different foundation and example at a young age, hoping that she will take on what you understand as the standard.
Yes, and like I said, not necessarily on dating, just on the type of woman she should be.
Okay, so I hear that. So let me get back to the question, because that's a great approach, right? I think that goes back to raise up a child in the way they should go. Here's why I asked the question: should it disqualify a young man? Because just because you want something doesn't mean you're prepared to take care of that something. And so I always say that whatever you acquire requires maintenance. Is it wise to give someone something that they don't know how to take care of? And before we go, everybody's different. You can learn how to take care of this person. The basics. I think that sometimes I've heard when I repeatedly hear people talk about not being chosen, or I hear people talk about having these horrible dating experiences, it makes me wonder, were these people ever trained on how to date or even how to choose? And what you've been exposed to is someone that had no example set for them, like intentional example set for them besides what they saw in entertainment. And so they're trying to figure it out. So I don't think everybody has the kind of heart that can be with someone who's figuring it out. Some people need someone who got it figured out, because there's a certain maintenance that they need. And so it almost seems like you're not, what's the word, bro? You're not qualified.
In a real way.
In a real way. Like, and I'm saying though, like, it almost doesn't seem like a diss anymore. It almost seems like a courtesy to let somebody know, like, oh man, I like you, but what it takes to be a man or a husband, who taught you how to do that? And I don't think that I really want to let you practice with me. Per se. There's some classes and some specialty classes, of course, that are going to be required for us both because we're unique individuals, but you never learned the basics. That's like trying to go to college and do your major classes before you finish your prerequisites. It's core classes. Who taught you those?
Bro, that's as you were speaking, it kind of changed my answer. So I'm gonna actually lean towards no. Is it wise? No. It's not wise to it's not wise to expect that you know, like you said, that the person will get it right, not because they don't want to, not because their heart is not in the right place. They just don't know no better. They didn't have nobody to show them, tell them, hint to them, nothing. So no, I don't think it's wise, but I think it's possible. But you know,
what's possible
for somebody to get it right, for somebody to go through life, not have, you know, the role models, the all of the things, and still get the dating thing right. I think it's a one-off, but I think it's possible.
Give me a chance. This almost goes into the idea, maybe this is why I'm so big on friendships first. Because if a friendship feels like an internship before you actually get hired, you get a chance to see absolutely, you know, romantic or intimate commitment, what I'm capable of.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that, you know, works for a lot of people. I get to see your experience in the friendship before I give you such a huge opportunity as access to my heart.
Yeah, man, that's good.
You know, and I think about some of the women that I've tried to date over the years, or who let me date them over the years, and I think about my experience and my background. I was like, yo, I was not ready to manage that. Like, that was a good opportunity, and it wasn't so much that I blew it. I did the best I could.
Yeah.
But I didn't have a lot of the necessary components to really know how to grow this garden.
Yep.
Ray said it's possible, but it's up to if that other person is willing to take the gamble on finding out.
Exactly. That's what it is. It's a gamble.
And I think it's a gamble with everybody, but some things just feel like a bigger gamble depending on your fragility, depending on your timeline.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Depending on your overarching goals in life. You know what I'm saying to you? Some people have a little bit more time to, okay, we figure this out. Some people are working on a much tighter timeline. Some people are like, yo, I need to, you know, you didn't have a father, and no one really taught you how to be a father, let alone a husband. So that's two big categories, and I'm ready to have in 2 years.
Oof.
And I think that when you look at it from this, from this lens, I think some people have I won't say unnecessary, but unwarranted heartbreak. Like you made that real personal when it's a very practical reason why that person decided to go a different direction. Like I struggle with the, I guess, how the world we live in now, hearing people not be able to take like it's not criticism, but just honest feedback when it comes at the air. You know, it's like too many people think that, you know, if it didn't work out my way, then I need to be sad. I'm the victim. Like some things it's best that it didn't work out for you because you weren't ready for that. And some people just struggle with that statement, especially when it comes to a religious lens. I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. Like I'm like, I get that. I get it. And with that, there's a responsibility you have to prepare to put yourself in certain rooms to be groomed. You know what I'm saying to you? Yeah, somebody can come in with no experience and do a phenomenal job.
Yeah, that's not every
occurrence.
It's not, and people will be foolish to think that, you know, to take things at face value because at first it looks. What's the saying? Everything that glitters isn't gold.
Everything that look good ain't a good look.
There it is.
Ray said, has this happened with my childhood crush? It hurt, but taught me a lot. Listen, first said, sometimes you learn as you go. Even though I grew up in a loving 2-parent household, I learned how to be a wife when I actually became one. I get it. And I would wonder how many of the examples you got as a child really helped you, you know what I'm saying, in that learning you experience as a wife, because it's almost like high school, right? There's people who did regular school, then there's AP courses, right? Or just what they call it, the magnet programs, and like these are the kids that, you know, a little bit extra, a little bit more. You know what I'm saying to you? And I think that like the high school I went to, it was college preparatory. You know what I'm saying to you? When I think about the role of responsibility of a parent or a guardian is to raise up a child in the way they should go. If you believe that marriage is in their future and parenting is in their future, at some point the parent is in their responsibility, biblical responsibility, to do their best to prepare them to be a spouse and to be a parent as well.
Sure it is.
Yeah. Not just to parent them, right? Like I was having a conversation with one of my friends the other day, I asked him about who taught you how to love. Mm-hmm. Not what situations can you look at that influence how you love, but who really taught you how to love? Who sat you down and talked to you about love as a verb, love as a noun, love as a spirit situation, love is just an interest, the difference between love and lust. And then I asked, because they have children, like, have you done that for your children?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying to you? And I know Mike sits down and talks to them about a lot of things, and I feel like he is experiencing not just parenting, but preparatory.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Experiences and courses and classes for where he's going to be in a role of influence and responsibility one day. And so I think that, you know, with parents and how much they have going on, you know what I'm saying, trying to pay the bills, keep the children safe, vote, get things in order. Sometimes those basic responsibilities slip the mind of the parent, and then the time still ticks and the kid goes out into the world and they want what they want, but they're not qualified.
Damn.
My mom spent a lot of time with me when I was younger, and even until I was a little bit older, talking to me about how important credit was, you know? And now I'm in a place to where I can get approved for almost anything.
Yeah.
Now, of course, like, credit isn't the only way to get things, but it's helpful. It does make things a lot easier.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying to you? So that's what I'm saying. Like, when you have that basic understanding and you have good credit, you know, when you go into a marriage, you know, maybe you're the kind of person now that can experience a marriage where you guys don't argue, or where you don't have to hit her, or she doesn't hit you, or nobody cusses the other person out, because there are certain preparatory classes on how to self-regulate, how to de-escalate, how to not use war words when, you know, having conversations, how to take a pause when your emotions are heightened and get back to it later, how to do check-ins, you know what I'm saying, how to continue to date them. Like, those are things you learn that help make that experience is less hazardous.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, everybody doesn't have that. But I think conversations like these start to open people's eyes up who have children, or people who want to get there, to say, you know, maybe now is the day that I start reading that book. That can be my preparatory course. Maybe today is the day that I have that conversation with my child, who I know is going to be out of the house soon.
That's good. I like that. And I think just to kind of piggyback on having those conversations with your child, it's important not to just give them surface level like information. Meaning, you know, a big thing for that my dad actually told me and my sister growing up, and he used to say it all the time, he still says it to this day, is save your money. Heard that from the time I can remember 5 years old, getting allowance, save your money, save it. So when I became an adult, the question hit me, why? I never knew why I was saving it. It was just save your money. Just no rhyme, no reason, no. So what I'm saying is, you know, when you're talking to your children, give them more than just surface level stuff. So save your money so that so that I can invest it, so that I could buy property, so that I could put it in the stock market. You know what I mean? Just give them better tools than what you feel you got growing up. Not saying that you didn't get any tools, or not saying that the tools that were given to you were not good, but it's always room for improvement, and there should be improvement. Each generation should be getting better, not staying the same or worse.
That part. So that goes back to what Ray said, but most parents can't teach what they haven't experienced themselves. Then learn with them. You guys get the books and learn together. You guys go to the workshops together. Let's learn it together. If I can't teach you, then my job as a parent is to at least get you in the rooms where you can learn it.
Yep. That's solid.
You know, I don't know everything, but I can pay for the weekend course. I can pay for the Zoom class. I can pay for, you know, the Coursera. You know what I'm saying, to get you in a place and maybe we can learn it together.
For sure, bro.
Luke said, I go beyond book basics and I'm very transparent, sharing my personal experience and why or why not she should do things. Come on. Ain't nothing. I don't think there's very fewer things that are more of a bonding agent between a parent and a child than when a parent shares their testimony with their own child. Fewer things bond those two as tightly as that.
Oh man, that's a true statement. Like, yeah, that yeah, and it's such an interesting thing to watch unfold, because on the one hand, especially if we're talking about negative things that you may have done in your past. On one hand, you're putting into your kid's head like, oh shit, my dad is not the not perfect, but he's not the guy that he thought he was. And you can see them coming into that realization, like, wait, really? You did that? That's almost what you tell me not to do. So you can see that going in the head, but then now they're coming to you and they're talking about certain things and they're asking certain questions and they're opening up about so much more than they were before, because they're like, oh, you okay. You're human almost, you know what I mean? Like, oh, you're like me in a way, you know what I'm saying? So you go through stuff just like I go through stuff, because so many times our kids look at us, especially at a very young age, we're the closest thing to God that they see. You know what I mean? So they're just like, oh, and I've used this example on the podcast before. When Denham was 3 years old, we're going into the Target, and I go into the Target. I enter into the Target in the exit door, and Denham at that time could read the word exit, so he knew. He's like, he stopped in his tracks. I'm holding his hand. He stops. And he would not move. He said, "That's the exit. You're not supposed to go in that way." And he was hurt. Like, he couldn't believe his dad was doing the wrong thing. You know what I'm saying? But it's important to be transparent, like Pook said, and be honest with your kids. Don't try to sugarcoat nothing. Don't. The more transparent and the more transparent conversation you have with your child, in my opinion, the more you solidify the bond that you're maybe trying to create, as opposed to hiding. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of families back in the day, it was secrets. All the secrets. No, what goes on in this house stays in this house, and you don't tell your kid that. And why?
I think that what we're trying to say is the relationship. Like, a lot of parents don't have a relationship with their children because they don't give them the real, and the real is what puts the relate in the relationships.
Come on.
I can't relate to you because you won't be real with me. And if I can't relate to you and we don't have a relationship, then why would I come to you or share anything with you or trust you? It's something about you initiating transparency, sharing your testimony, that creates a relatable moment. That then starts to be the seed in the soil for a relationship to blossom. And now I have a relationship based on similarities. There's certain things that I've done that you've done, that I want to do that you've done, that and now you have a relationship with your child. But a lot of people don't have a relationship with their child because they have nothing to relate on. Well, they have many things they could relate on, but they just won't be real.
They won't be real. Yeah, that's facts, man. That's facts.
Ferg said, absolutely. It's important to keep it real with your children, being completely open and honest as possible. What's your boy Ray say? Ray said, 100% Mike, I had to give my daughter strategy for money, but definitely struggle with teaching her how to date, and finding a healthy relationship is definitely hard parenting young adults.
Brother, I'm going through that now that my son is 14 and liking girls and wondering, can I go hang out with such and such? And in certain things, and it's so tricky, bro. It's so tricky because you want to say, I've been down this road before, but then at the same time, it's like, he's not on my road though. The end of his road may be completely different than the end of that my road was 30 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he has an Uncle Don. So
listen, if you want to see somebody, if you want to see your child in one of your closest friends, it's definitely Denham and Donovan. It makes no sense. I just sit back and watch like this is the same person.
There's a lot of similarities, man. There's a lot of similarities. Wow. All right, man. So because we've been talking about this age gap, age difference things, that was a woman talking about it, right? I wanted to bring on a male's perspective before we get into we got a few scenarios. So this one we're not gonna spend a lot of time on, but just want to see if there's anything else there to pull.
Age gap relationships are the best for 3 reasons. And for all of you triggered out there, just watch. It might make a bit of sense. By the way, I'm Taylor Love. I explain the man brain. If you like that kind of stuff, hit the follow button. In a book called His Needs, Her Needs, the top 10 needs of men and women are stated, but men and women have the opposite 5 needs. Here's what I mean. All a woman's needs start with affection, saying women often need affection as an expression of love through touch, kind words, attention, and small thoughtful acts to make her feel secure and safe. A man's top need is sexual fulfillment, because men tend to view sexual intimacy as a primary expression of love and connection. Women's second top need is conversation. Women value meaningful conversation, sharing feelings, daily experiences, and thoughts. Men's second top need is recreational companionship. Men appreciate sharing leisure activities with their wives, hobbies, sports, fun outings. Women's third top need, honesty and openness. Women need to trust their partner fully. Men's third top need, an attractive spouse. Physical attraction matters to many men as a sign of love and mutual pride. Think about age gap relationships where a man is older than a woman. Is a woman going to get more affection and expressions of love and thoughtful attention from a man who's a bit older or a bit younger? Is a man going to anticipate getting greater sexual fulfillment for a woman who's younger, might have a higher sex drive? And a woman's second top need, conversation. Is a woman going to have better, more meaningful, thoughtful, present conversation from a man who's 10 years older than her or the same age? For a man, recreational companionship. Is he going to anticipate that a young woman who probably has more energy is going to want to play his hobbies and sports with him more than an older woman? Likely. Woman's number 3, honesty and openness. Is a man more established in himself, more decisive, who's been around the block, who knows himself, going to be more honest and open? Or is a young guy who's just trying to find his place in the world going to be more honest and open? Number 3 need, an attractive spouse. A lot of DMs from people saying they really want to find a man. It's abundantly apparent to me that they're just not even taking care of themselves in the slightest. Is a man going to anticipate having an attractive spouse for longer with a young woman or an older woman? Now, these needs come from thousands of surveys. This is one man's opinion of age gap relationships, and the top 2 age gap relationships that come to mind for me is where my sister is 8 years older than her husband, and my best friend Serena is 8 or 9 years older than her husband. They get along incredibly well. And at the core of this, whether the woman's older than the man or the man's older than the woman, there's this beautiful show of not giving a what anyone thinks about their relationship and simply going with where the energy is and where life is most compatible. What do you think of age gap relationships? I look forward to seeing your comments.
Did that shed any light? Did that bring any revelations?
Oh, yeah, because, I'm a good amount of years older than Janae. And as he's talking, I'm like, that makes so much sense. Like even the way we get along and the things we do together and our how we vibe off of each other. The age thing could play a very real part in that.
And I think that there is, and this is not a slight at anybody, but I think we live in the age of, the unicorn, where everybody's quick to say, not for me.
Yeah.
I'm not in that statistic.
Yeah.
But in most cases, from these studies, what we're seeing is that this is what people are looking for. Yeah. And this is where it's kind of true. And I know that, I know a lot of people, enough people who are anomalies where they're older women who definitely take care of themselves. And their age don't tell you nothing but how long they've been on this earth. They're still youthful. They're still fun to be around. And there are some young guys who have, like Denham, who have excellent communication skills, can have deep conversations with you. And it's not just about being an old soul. He was groomed by his father and his mother for that, right? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying to you? So I know there are those anomalies out there, but to think that an anomaly is a norm goes against the very definition of the word.
I agree. I agree, bro.
And so as I look at it, I think it's helpful to have these conversations about this age gap so that people can feel okay about what God has designed for them.
It's all good. Yeah. I think so many people get caught up on like you were saying, what people think about, you're 5, 10, 15, 20 years older than if this is what's making both of y'all feel fulfilled in a relationship and they just happen to be older or younger than you, who, like old boy said, who cares?
Listen, who cares? Go where life is. Go where life is pouring into purpose. Like, it's wild. You know, like your boy that used to host 106 in Park. He's what, 40 something, and he married his wife that's in her 20s. You know, I think that, you know, I am not really impacted by people's opinions, and that goes back to a few things I experienced when I was growing up that really I think it prepped me for a world of social media, to where some people cannot be okay if someone doesn't like them, or if someone says a bad comment to them, or if someone jumps in there. Like, they literally cannot be okay.
Yeah.
It has not been a struggle of mine since maybe grade school. You know what I'm saying to you? And I think that when you can carry that kind of energy into your life, you have the job you want. You can hang out with the people you want. You end up doing the things you want. You end up having a life that God designed for you unapologetically.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, man. So let's do this, man. Hold on. McJellin said it all depends on what the individuals have done with the years that they've had so far to determine where they are in their maturity and understanding of who they are and what they want. And again, I believe that goes back to the opportunity for the parent or the guardian to instill those things. How a child spends the first 15, 16 years of their life really ain't really up to them. It's up to whoever the guardian is. So if the people who have the children are taking a bigger responsibility on their shoulders to say, oh, this is part of my job, then I think that the people they're pushing out into the world are more prepared.
I agree.
Ray said, my daughter is 20. I'm 40. I'm not dating any young lady close to her age. 30 to 34 is my cutoff.
So I get that. I get that for that very reason. Like, you too close to my daughter's age. I can see how that could be a little uncomfortable a bit. But to each his own.
I'm about to say, I know women whose father is married to a woman that's younger than their daughter. I know 2 women.
I do too.
And happy.
Yep.
So if that's a line that you've drawn, just remember that you drew it, and if anything happens, you can erase it.
That's good, bro.
All right, so let's move into this. Somebody told me that they love when me and Mike discuss scenarios. So I have 2 scenarios that maybe we can get to today. Maybe we can actually. You know what? Ooh, you want to have some fun before we go into that?
Fun's good.
Let's do this one quick post, and then we'll go into these scenarios, because the title of tonight's show is karma keeping you single?
Damn.
So this is a video, but there's no audio, so you're gonna have to read it for yourself. I recorded it long enough for you to read it. Everybody get your eyes glued on the screen. Pull your phone a little bit closer. Here we go. Woman shares the message. I'm gonna zoom in a second. Hold on 1 second. Were you able to see it?
So I read she apologized, but this is you expecting me to pay for a debt that I didn't even know about.
So let me tell you what it says. So this is a girl's response. Her boyfriend cheated on her.
Yeah.
And this is how he responds. He says, I have no idea what karma you paying for, but I just cannot stop cheating on you. He goes on to say, I love you so much, okay? But you need to understand that this is you paying for a debt I know nothing about, but I love you and I will help you and be here until you finish paying for it. Okay, my love.
What are we doing? What? If that ain't
Bruh,
manipulation 101.
Have you?
Golly, now that's bad. Damn. God.
Look, your wife said, I've seen this, and if that's not the biggest narcissistic shit I've ever heard.
Listen. From the famous.
Do I need to read it again, or we good?
Oh no, we're good. From the famous words of the young theologian Jody from Baby Boy, he said, I lie to you because I love you. I'm out here telling these hoes the truth. All the women know about you. I'm telling them the truth. They all know about you.
Listen,
I'm lying to you because I love you.
Ferguson
That's crazy.
said, I can't even close my mouth. That was wild. Listen, Ray said, did he just say he's going to keep cheating on her until God stops it? Listen, until she pays the full debt.
Full debt got to be paid. That's 1 year, 2 years, but he going to be there for her.
Sorcery, bro.
1,000%.
Niall said gaslighting to the 100th degree. That was wild.
And she probably said thank you. Bless her heart.
I don't know what karma you're paying for, but I can't stop cheating on you. You did something in your life that you're still paying for, but I just want you to know that I love you and I'm gonna be here for you until your debt is paid.
Don't be mad. I'm just a cheating ass vessel. Don't be mad at me. I don't want to do this to you. The Lord is using me for you because you did something. I'm gonna be here for you.
Let's not make the Lord and karma synonymous. Let's not do that because this is wild.
Jeez.
But there is a deeper conversation to be had, right? Before we move into our scenarios. Now, some people call it karma. Some people call it reaping and sowing. Some people call it choices and consequences. Some people call it there's
goes around, comes around.
Goes around, comes around. That's probably the best way to say it. There's a phrase though that some people use where it's your mirror self or something. You meet the you that you gave other people in the past as opportunity to reflect, right? So all these phrases could ultimately mean the same thing. If I said, is karma keeping you single? Would that be a conversation you're even open to having?
No.
Why not?
I feel like in my experience, I feel like because for instance, if I steal, if I'm a thief and I've stolen, I'm a thief all my life, I don't feel like karma picks somebody to come steal from me. I feel like bad things happen to just in general. I don't feel like because I was a cheater in a relationship, that now when I try to get in a relationship, I'm gonna be cheated on, things like that. So maybe I don't just buy into karma in general. I don't know, because I've seen fucked up people have great lives. So where was their karma?
Well,
or it don't work on everybody. Because if that's the case,
you only saw a portion, right? So karma, by definition, in Hinduism or Buddhism, the sum of a person's actions in this and previous states of existence viewed as deciding their fate in future existences. So from my friend who is Hindi and Buddhist, they told me that it's not something you experience per se in this, like what you do in this life affects you in this life. It's how it affects you in your next incarnation. Like it affects you in your next life. It's a sum that determines how you come back and what circumstances you come back in. You know what I'm saying to you? But, you know what I'm saying? And like we said in the beginning, there's other ways of, I guess, expressing the same sentiments. And so do you think that somewhere out there is the repercussions of your past decisions that are maybe holding you back or representing themselves to you as a way of paying your penance for what you've done? And do you think that it works for the good also, or just the bad stuff?
So 1000%. And I like the way you said that, because to me, that's not karma. I did some stuff, 20 years ago. It's just like when criminals get caught 30 years later. You did the crime because you were able to live life and go on like nothing was ever going to happen. And then you get caught 30 years later. That ain't karma. That's, you did the crime. I made bad decisions for however long of my life, making terrible decisions, whether it's relationships, whether it's drinking, whether it's smoking weed, whatever the case may be. So now, if something from my past has come back to quote unquote haunt me, it ain't because of karma. It's because I made the bad decision.
What about what Ali said? No. Once I laid them at the altar, I will not pick them up in this life or the next. Does that even apply to reaping and sowing?
So the Bible says, what you sow, you shall reap. He didn't say you won't reap if you put them at the altar.
So remember, I forgot what it was exactly, but on this show, I remember telling you guys something happened to me that I thought was unfair. And I was very upset. And in my quiet time, kind of venting to God to the degree that I vent. It's not that, exhausted, but he said, remember when you did X, Y, and Z? This is how that person felt when they came in that next morning and saw what you did. Never got caught. You know how you talk about people with a criminal record.
Just
because they don't have a record doesn't mean they never done anything wrong. It just mean they didn't get caught. And I sat there and I was like, so relax. Because it's not guaranteed to come back around to you. But if it does, it's for a reason and a revelation for you to fix your attitude.
I agree.
And recognize that you ain't been a Boy Scout out here your whole life.
That's so crazy. I was just having this conversation. I won't go into detail about what it is, but it's so interesting how when people get to a certain point, and actually I'll say a little bit of it. So now that I'm in therapy, I have to literally keep myself in check from almost not really turning my nose up at people that are not. But even when I have conversation, I'm like, how could you think like that? Or how could you talk like that? Or how could he do this to her? But in my mind, I'm like, wait a minute. That was me like 2 seconds ago. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's important. Yeah, it's great to ask for forgiveness, leave it at the altar. I'm not thinking about it. But it's also important to remember that you were once there at some point as well. And remember how that affected you. And remember what kind of love and understanding and patience you wanted and needed at that time. Before you just go, how could you? Oh no, I'm not fucking with her no more. She but you wanted somebody to call you and check on you and make sure you were good though. Even though you did the wrong thing, but you still needed someone, or you know
what it felt like to be on the other end as the assailant or the villain in the story. And this is why I'm always quoting that verse. Those who have been forgiven much, love much. I think sometimes the people who struggle with loving other people that they don't like or forgiving other people are those who forgot what they were forgiven for.
That's good, bro.
When you start to forget what you've been forgiven for, you almost start to put yourself in this elite category of, again, like your nose goes up in the air and you're like, I don't know how they could, but don't get too far removed from all that God has done for you.
Come on.
Yeah.
And sometimes people think that because it's not in the category that they did wrong in,
the exact person.
Then I did this, but I would never do nothing like that. But you did something that you needed forgiveness for, and regardless, we've all done something that we needed to be forgiven for. Just because maybe you didn't cheat or you didn't steal, you still needed forgiveness for, something else.
Maybe you cheated on the test. Who knows? But I know we got people complaining about people ghosting them and online, going in hard. What about the people you've ghosted? You got going in about people lying to you. What about the people you've lied to, whether it be police, teachers, or whatever?
Yep.
So there's something there.
Like one more. People complaining about, somebody broke in my car and that's messed up. Yeah, but you still in time from your job every day.
Oh my God. Yikes.
I'm just saying, like, karma. I don't believe in karma, but that sowing and reaping thing is a real thing, and it may not come back the way you think it should come back because it ain't up to you. The only thing that's up to you is the decisions you make in that moment.
You ready for the scenario, bro?
Let's get it.
I hope you're ready for the scenario. It might get under your skin a little bit.
All right.
Let's see.
All right.
Just a damn stove!
That we both agreed costs too much damn money.
Oh, so now I'm getting punished because I went and bought something special for our house?
That's right, Joan. Our house. Which means we make decisions together. One of us doesn't run off and does what she wants when she wants it. And the tile I didn't want.
Because it matched my towels.
And the fancy cabinets. And the new dishes you didn't show me. So I put my foot down for this one thing and
I thought this was a partnership. I thought we made decisions together. I didn't realize you could put your foot down. I'm sorry. I didn't realize I was living with a man who had 1950s head of the household issues. If you want to be head of the household, you need to make some head of the household money. I'm sorry, Aaron.
Just so we're clear, you will never speak to me like that in front of other people or alone ever again.
Or what? You're right, and I'm sorry. But we really need to get...
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, I see. So if Aaron doesn't want to talk about it, then we don't talk about it? Okay.
We both need to calm down.
I'm calm. And obviously you are too, because you left your fiance out at a concert with a whole bunch of drunks, and here you are at home calmly sipping some chamomile tea.
Joan, I said I don't want to talk about it.
Well, I do. Okay? Let's talk about how Aaron gets to put his foot down.
You don't know when to stop that.
Let's talk about how we don't get to make a move in this house unless Aaron beats his chest and says it's okay. Let's talk about how this is not the relationship that I signed up for. Let's talk about, Let's talk about how there is no way in hell that you are getting some right now.
You obviously want those. Because you won't be happy till you're the woman and the man in this relationship.
Damn. Wow. Wow. Yeah. Wow. All right. Okay.
First thing that jumped to mind about this situation, this whole scenario was what? What's the first thing that came to you?
So the first thing that came to me was, which might be a little interesting, that they're both saying valid things, but they're both saying them in the wrong way.
Okay.
And I say that because I'm listening to what she's saying, and she has her reasons are valid, but the way she's coming across is a lot aggressive. You know what I mean? And then when he's talking to her, when I get back to the house and he's talking to her, then I think that he starts to, because he felt, is it emasculated? I think it's emasculated, yeah. Because he felt emasculated because she went off in front of other people. Now when we get home, you know what I mean? Then he becomes a little bit dictatorish. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like a good conversation. It'll be all right. It'll be all right.
Allie disagrees. Allie said they need to part ways. She is very disrespectful. So they're just engaged, right? They're not married yet.
Oh, they're not married?
No. She said you left your fiance at this event.
Yeah.
So is your answer the same? A conversation or?
Yeah. Some premarital counseling, a conversation. I don't think for me the answer is let's just be out, because clearly this is not the first time this has happened.
No.
She didn't just magically all of a sudden have this personality that day when they went out. Like, I'm assuming like he already knows these issues, and they've probably shown their head more than once. So if he proposed to this, clearly we may just be seeing the worst of it in this clip because he proposed. So everything, I'm almost sure he didn't propose to her while she was yelling. Like there had to be usually, and I mean we haven't seen the whole clip, but in my mind I'm thinking like, okay, there's probably a lot more better days than there are days like this, which is why he proposed. So yeah, I wouldn't say call the whole thing off.
I think that's what the writers of these shows want us to believe.
Yes.
That if they are engaged, that there have been some good times, or maybe the person has a savior complex, because that's sometimes we see with men who end up in abusive relationship where the women are abusive, or men who struggle with the savior complex, because they give inches where they shouldn't, and those inches turns into yards, and the disrespect just becomes monumental. And at this point, you're still trying to give her a place to punch, kick, and fight, to work through emotions from whatever other trauma she's had in her life. And you think that you are the designated doormat, the designated punching bag. And once she gets it all out, she'll love you for volunteering to be abused.
Yeah. Jesus. Yeah, I've been there. I go ahead.
I'm gonna say Carrie said, I remember that episode, they eventually broke up. I think that in those situations, the writing is on the wall, but how many of us have ever ignored the writing on the wall because the sex was great, because we were already so deeply invested in this? They live together, because it'd be too challenging to, divide the assets, because we have a child together before we got married. Like sometimes you think that it's what they say, it's cheaper to keep her. Ha! Raise a spoiler alert. Yeah. They eventually broke up, but I can't even imagine. I can't even put myself in a scenario, because I have to think about all the things that led up to it getting there. And and I say, how would I ever allow it to get to that point? And then I think back about some of my relationships.
There we go.
And I was like, oh shoot. I think I was 3 days away from that.
Yep.
I told y'all about the situation in one relation. I think I told them, but I told you that one relationship where, boy, my ex was coming at me so hard, and she wouldn't let me leave her apartment. Stand in the front door, and she wanted to get physical.
That's crazy.
What other choice did I have, bro? I went to her patio on the second floor and jumped all the way down from the second floor. I was wild back then. I was probably early 20s.
Good knees.
Good knees. Jumped off the second patio to the ground in the bushes, got in my truck and drove off. It's a lot more to that story, but how did I get there? Have you ever been in a relationship and wonder, how did you get there? I think that it goes back to, did you have a plan, strategy, boundaries, non-negotiables before you walked into this place? Because if you don't, it's easier to get there than you think.
And it's one of those things where you blink and you there. It ain't like this gradual, slow. It's like, oh shoot, you looking around and you don't know. You looking in the mirror, you don't know who you see in the mirror. You don't know why you're here. You don't know how it happened. You don't know how to get out of it. You just deer in the headlights.
If there's anything I could tell a young person who hasn't gotten into that situation yet, or somebody who is there, most times you can track the breadcrumbs that led to that place are a lack of honesty on your part, not being honest about how you felt, what you were thinking, what you wanted.
Wow.
And then here you are.
Here you are. Damn.
Mick Jellin said, "Okay, Spider-Man, listen. If anybody knows me in my 20s, boy, I was a wild man."
That's so crazy. That's so crazy because it just hit me. I don't know if I've told you this. Janae knows though. I have a similar jumping, or somebody else, a young lady that jumped off second story to. Yeah, that's crazy. We go. Okay. Yeah.
Tuesday.
Offline. Yeah, Tuesday for sure.
Yeah, Wiz. So it's hold on one second.
All right. So here we go. Let me give me 1 second and make sure he's good. All right, I think we're good.
All right, we good. I'm just gonna leave them with this because at the end of every podcast, we give you guys a resource. But I wanted to leave you with a video and the resource. And I want to see what you thought about this, Mike. This is just the closer. Here it is.
Stress doesn't come from hard work. The stress primarily comes from not taking action over something that you can have some control over. Stress doesn't come from hard work. The stress primarily comes from not taking action over something that you can have some control over.
And the reason I wanted to play this video is because November is Men's Mental Health Month. And I've told, a few women to check on the men, right? And this month is simple. Like, instead of just saying, how are you? Say it twice, right? And I just wanted to speak to, women also, but primarily men. If you're dealing with stress, I want you to consider what Jeff Bezos was talking about. Very rarely is it attached to all the work that you're doing. And it's that stress, that load. Usually that stress is evidence of a lack of honesty within yourself about how you feel or how you think about the things that you're facing. There are some things that you're not making decisions on that you do have control over. But we think that stress is always connected to things we don't have control over. If you don't have control over it and you're aware of that, it's really hard for stress to show up because you don't have any kind of like decision. There's no conflict within you to say if you would do X, Y, and Z because you have no influence over it.
Yep, that's true.
Sometimes the stress is connected to decisions that you just won't make that are in your best interest. And you're not being honest about something. They're stressed because you won't have the conversation you could have. They're stressed because you're not being honest about a test result that you could be honest about. You know what I'm saying to you? There's stress, because you are putting more on your plate than you can handle. They're stressed because you're trying to impress somebody and you're blowing your wallet, you're blowing your budget, you're blowing your health trying to impress them. And there's something you can do about that instead of just being honest, like this might be too much for me. And so, fellas, I really want just to put it out there for us to take care of ourselves, man. And I think that tonight's episode is kind of pointing back to us just being honest with ourselves first, honest with our brothers and the people that we trust, and then letting that honesty bleed out into society so that we stop trying to perform and be who everybody needs us to be and really get comfortable and happy and settled at excelling at being who I am.
That's good. Yeah, that's good.
Wanting more than you can manage is a form of self-sabotage.
Wanting more than you can manage is a form of self-sabotage. Yeah. Yeah, I like that.
Or maybe I'll add going after more than you can manage is a form of sabotage.
What if, okay, so what if you put out that goal or you put out that, I want to do this, and you're doing all of those things and you go after it and you don't realize, oh shoot, I'm out here in the middle of the ocean and this little life raft I got ain't enough. Are you out there now? What you out there?
I got a verse for you.
Yeah, give it to me. Pause.
Come on, man. My thumbs.
You got 5 of them.
Wow. So this comes back. So there's a verse that talks about count the cost. It says, suppose one of you wants to build a tower. Won't you first sit down and estimate the cost to see if you have enough money to complete it? Stop it. For if you lay the foundation and not able to finish it, everyone who sees it will ridicule you, saying, this person began to build and wasn't able to finish. Or suppose a king is about to go to war against another king. Won't he first sit down and consider whether he is able with the 10,000 men to oppose the one coming against him with 20,000? If he is not able, he will send a delegation while the other is still a long way off and will ask for terms of peace. In the same way, those of you who do not give up everything you have cannot be my disciples. And that's when it goes into the conversation about saltiness.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, if you didn't do your due diligence prior to going after this goal, I think that our a lot of cultures are obsessed with setting goals, but not identifying ahead of time if I have the budget for that goal. Like they say, I know this is the kind of man that I want, or this is the kind of woman that I want, but do I have what it takes to take care of it once I get it?
There we go.
Right. And so to answer your question, what do you do if you find yourself in a situation? What can you do, bro? You didn't count up the cost. Yo, you are out of options. You lose. And pray that you get a chance to be more responsible with your pregame next time. That you have lost. You are now stranded. And at this point, you are in survival mode, throwing everything overboard, hoping somebody drives by. That is a form of God's grace and manifestation that gives you can take you back to where you're going. But that just goes back into tonight's show, man. Just a lot of what we've been talking about. What is your pregame like before you go after that goal, before you shoot your shot with that person? Like, really, fellas, I think our ambition sometimes works against us and our mental health if we don't take time to really consider what it takes to take care of the things that we acquire. I'm not trying to make you think little of yourself or settle. All I'm saying is that if it requires a bigger bag, then go get the bigger bag. That bigger bag could be the skills, the tools, the exposure, the experience. But figure that out before you go after it.
Figure it out. Agreed.
Anyway.
It's nothing like it's nothing like getting a drawer from or a desk from IKEA and thinking you don't need the instructions. You think you didn't put everything together and realize you're missing 2 screws that hold the whole thing together. And you got to take the whole thing apart because you didn't do your due diligence.
And if you've ever had to do that, I pray that you share that with somebody else or the next generation, so that they'll learn to value the instructions more than you did.
Yeah, come on, man.
That's kind of what parenting is. That's what mentoring is. Boy. That's what being a good friend is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, that's it for us tonight, ladies and gentlemen. At the end of every podcast, I like to leave you guys with a Mike. I'm about to lose Mike. I'll leave you guys with a resource, and that is to the Suicide and Crisis Hotline. The number is changed to 988. So you can text that number or go online, chat with someone live if you're having a personal crisis of any sorts. It could be suicide, it could be depression, or it could be something as simple as, man, I want to learn how to talk to my spouse without raising my voice, or I want to learn how to help my child who's having an identity crisis, or, you know what I'm saying to you, I just want to learn just better communication skills, or I want to get connected to a therapist or a support group, or like Mike right now, he just wants to get some rest. So he's probably going to call the number in a few minutes. So I would just stop the podcast. My brother won't end the podcast.
That's
whatever
funny.
it is, you can reach out. Should I pray tonight and have a long prayer? Or you got it.
Pray tonight and not have a long prayer, brother.
You didn't get that option. We'll be at until 10:30. Father God, we thank you so much. Go ahead, bro.
Thank you that we had another great show tonight, Lord. I thank you that the people that needed to receive, Lord. And God willing, you will allow us to be back next Sunday. I thank you for keeping the families that are traveling for the holiday, keep them safe, Lord, both to where they're going and back home, Lord. I thank you that if anybody is dealing with any sort of depression, sadness regarding these holiday seasons, Lord, that you just give them the love and the care and your grace that they are in need of, Lord, during this time, Lord. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Amen. Ladies and gentlemen, until next Sunday.
Bye.
Don't forget, December is Mike's birth month. So we might be doing something special for Mike during that time.
Lord. Turn up.